going to answer some of your questions. There's two questions. One is, the guy asked me, why don't I use a spot board and stand anymore? It's quicker when I'm doing a big wall. Which is right, you've got a very good point. It is quicker, but what happened to the spot board and stand? I think the Gorilla Tub killed that, because instead of mixing a bucket, tipping it on the spot board, washing it out, mixing another bucket, tipping it, that's what you used to do. So you used to mix a bucket with a podger. Flipping heck, makes me feel sick, a podger. Mix with a podger, which is basically a grit on a stick with some handles, and you'd podge it, you'd stick it first, go around with a stick, a batten or something, a piece of 3x2 or something, or 2x2, mix it in, then you get a podger going, and you do about 10 of them every mix, because there was 2 plasters on the go, so you had somewhere, you needed somewhere to put it, Chris, you needed somewhere to put it, so you'd have 2 buckets, one soaking, one you'd be mixing, you'd take that upstairs, tip it on the spot board, come down, put some water in it, put some powder in it, mix the other one, and just keep going like that till they said stop. So it'd be 10 bags, buckets, a mix, 3 times a day. So a spot board was great. Now you can mix, I've got a tub, you can mix 2 bags in. 2 bags of plaster in there, happy days, everyone's happy. It's enough for anyone, 2 bags. We don't want to be doing more than 2 bags of flipping mix. Not with my arm and shoulder. So the drill killed the podger. You didn't need a podger anymore, thank God. But what that did was sped the skimming up. Because if you mix a bucket of skimming with a podger, it takes longer to go off than it does if you mix it with a drill, because you're speeding the mechanical setup. That's why when you teach an apprentice to mix, you tell him to get it right, get it thick, the thickness right, and then mix it to cream it, and don't over mix it. But if you want it to go off quick, you want a quick gauge, you've only got a bit, mix it to death, and it goes off quicker. It's not like crazy quick, but it's quicker, definitely. Another good tip for you. And then I had a guy saying, do I use a lot of water? Now you see some plasterers putting loads of water on, which is fine, that's what they want to do. But I don't, I tend to wet my trowel, sometimes I flick a bit of water on, depending on how dry it is. But you've got to just catch it right. If you catch it right, you don't need a lot of water. If you catch it and you put too much on, say you had a big gauge and it starts getting on top of you, you need more water, even to the point where you're actually brushing the wall. So no, I don't try and use a lot of water if I can, because you get like watermarks, and I don't think it's very good. It's not very flat doing it that way. That's why I don't put a lot on anymore, because I've got a torn tendon in my elbow, and that's causing me to have pain in my shoulder. So I've got to watch what I'm doing nowadays. And I'm going to do do some plastering today, so I'll show you what I mean with the water. I forgot his name. What was his name? Philip Gleeson, I think it was. Was it Gleeson? Gregson. Philip Gregson. So Philip Gregson, I use a bit of water, wet my trowel, like that, wet it. Just whistle. You don't have to whistle, no. Whistle, whistle. We're nearly at the job anyway. And if you've seen the can of worms video that I did, going back to that job today to skim some ceilings, we boarded the steel in on Friday, was it? Friday. Boarded the ceiling, filled all the chasings. We're coming to, the light is at the end of the tunnel. We're coming to the end of the job. We've just got 2 more days skimming and filling all the chases, and then it's happy days. On to the next one. Today's job is skim this ceiling. So we're going to skim that. There's a wall here that needs skimming, a load of patching around the top, Patch where the dado rail's been. I don't know if we'll get that far today. Patch there. Show them, cameraman. So, my son, who is an apprentice, or he's not really an apprentice anymore.
Yeah, cheeky prick.
He doesn't want to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera. I don't know what's up with him.
Don't want to be associated with you.
He doesn't want to be on YouTube, although everyone knows who he is. So I'm going to mix up. So he's got out to mixing up.
Oh! It's just screensaver.
I'm going to mix up. Big mix going in.
Let's dump the whole bag in.
Alright.
You're doing 2 bags, aren't you?
I'm going to try and get it right, get the consistency right, and then drill it to death. If you put too much in, it's harder to wet up, isn't it? So it's harder if you mix it too stiff to let it down, because you're mixing it forever then, and you're speeding it up. You don't want to do that. You want to get it right. First time, every time. I was trying to explain to this man about the podger was just a stick, and you used to have to like that, like a flipping idiot.
I don't think the idiot bit's changed.
Like an idiot. We used to mix in one of them buckets. And then tip it on the spot board, then mix another, tip it on the spot board, and mix another. And by the time you'd mixed it, the plasters had used up what was on the spot board. The gorilla tub killed all that, because you can just mix as much as you want. And then these babies come in. You used to have a lead with a transformer, but you don't need any of that anymore. Just get a big beefy battery in. Come on! Turn it up, baby! About right that. This is a gauge, yeah? Big blob on here. Wet it. Gauge the bucket. Get all the dry mix off the bucket. Great. Just drill the lumps out of it.
Yeah.
So, wet everything, wet the back, wet the trowel, then you've got to prime it. If you just went, try and put it on. No good. Just ready. Right, still. Fill the tapes out.
Ooh.
Pick a corner, any corner. But use the one where you started for the... Because all them tapes are dry, you know, they're picking up a bit. So when you get to them and go over them, you're going to cover the tapes. Oh, wait. But this ceiling is quite up and down. There's a big, like, hollow there. It goes like down and up. So I'm going to have to just keep going that way. Go with the hump. Speed this bit up anyway. Rock. You see the toe of the trowel's leaving a mark. That's because there's a dip there. But it's on these things. So what I'll do is, I'll put a lick in here, like that. And then I'll put a lick in from that corner and work to that line. Okay, plaster dropping. That's because the dough dirty. Just come from there, kind of these edges up. Go in there. I'm just checking that swirl out. So when I came in like that, it left a line, so I've just sort of flattened it and trailed it out so that now when I skim it won't show through. Try and keep the dry joint moving. Jesus. That was a big blob. I'll get this seat on there and I'll check camera up here. Put it on the head. Well, you best got that on.
I know.
Did you on top at wall?
What one that's the boarded one or the?
Did you on that?
Yeah. I didn't do one that were boarded.
No, you don't need to.
No, no.
so that's that lashed on. Now I've got to lay it in, but the cameraman has to put that wall on, so I'll have to go on yet. I put it on, which you saw, and the battery's going flat, so I had to cut it a bit. I put it on, I laid it in, which you saw, put it on my head. I've trolled it twice, and now it's kind of ready for water, but I don't splash loads of water on and troll the water to get water out in the skimming. So what I tend to do is just literally brush my troll, see my troll's wet. I just brush the troll, do my lick, brush my troll, and that's the technique there. So I don't know if you can see, what I'm doing is, see that fat? I'm brushing that off. So it leaves it clean, so it's a clean troll every time. So I'm always cleaning my troll. The reason I'm using both hands, I've got a shoulder's knackered.
You got a short shoulder?
Yeah, one of Of course, the physio says, rest it. Oh, yeah, okay. Rest it and do these exercises.
It's showing up well on the camera, you know. There's other difference in
Oh, is it?
in polish.
You can see the two.
You can see the two eyes, yeah, you can see it quite well actually.
You don't want to use a lot of water because you end up with fat marks. It's good if water is gone, you can brush lines out and go over it. Of course you can. There's no right or wrong way. There's just different methods, I suppose. Different plasters have been taught differently and they found out, oh well, I prefer this, so that's the way they teach their apprentices. And I don't use a lot of water. I tend to keep my troll nice and clean and wet at this stage. So I've done a lick there, so I'm only coming to that because the ceiling, there's a big hollow there, so I can't really come across to there. Or you would ordinary, you would try and go to about there if you could. See, there's a bit there that's not quite right, so I've had to brush it. But you see the fat there? You see the fat mark there?
Don't know how well that's showing up actually.
And a dip. There it is, all finished, trolled up, polished up. The apprentice has done that on that one.